9-bit.
Revered by critics and beloved by fans.
When people think of RPGs, chances are Final Fantasy is what pops into their head. The first game in the series was created in 1987, and it was supposed to be something of a swan song. The studio making it wasn't doing very well. However, it turned into a success. That Final Fantasy turned out to be the first of many. Beyond the 14 main games in the series, there are also countless spin-offs, movies, manga, you name it, there's something Final Fantasy related for it.
Only 13 days to go.
Sometimes, however, a fantasy goes forgotten. Say hello to Fortress. Fortress was a spin-off from Final Fantasy XII and was in development by Grin, a Swedish studio, until the studio collapsed. Grin, the studio that was working on Fortress, decided to draw on their Nordic heritage, as large parts of the game are inspired by Viking designs. Keeping with the Viking theme, Grin had plans to make the game's main antagonists invaders from the sea. Fortress has drawn some comparisons to Skyrim, and rightly so. Beyond the Nordic themes, the game's combat, which takes place in third person as opposed to Skyrim's first person, doesn't take place in a separate screen. From the looks of things in this tech demo, it takes place in the same overworld as the rest of the game. This is something of a change from the other Final Fantasies. Because this is from a tech demo and not a finished game, there's no telling how the final game would look. However, there's a notable lack of a heads-up display or menus, or other really flashy elements that seem to mark Final Fantasy combat. Beyond this tech demo, the music that you're listening to right now, and a few nice pieces of concept art, there are very few assets related to Fortress available. Whether or not we'll ever see more of Fortress remains to be seen. Some more assets will probably come out in the future, and there have been rumors of Square Enix working on the game. However, nothing has been confirmed, and not much has been said as of late. What was interesting about Fortress is that it had the potential to change the direction that the Final Fantasy series has headed in as of late. Would it have been for better or worse? That's hard to say. What can, however, be said is that Fortress is gorgeous. While it has managed to encompass the feel of Final Fantasy, it also has its own unique aesthetic. So, while we may never see more of Fortress ever again, perhaps a game designer will be inspired by this. Maybe he or she will recognize that by drawing inspiration from the world around you, from your own personal history, that it's possible to make something beautiful. Regardless of the future of Fortress, for now, we have some gorgeous art assets to look over and ponder what might have been. If you're interested in Fortress and would like to learn more about it, please take a look at blackmanandrobin.com. Besides a great article on Fortress, we've also got a nice gallery of concept art, along with some other great articles that you're bound to enjoy. So please, take a look.
Nine-bit.